Evening, we learned one of the largest wildfires burning in western North Carolina has become much more contained. The black coal fire now 93% under control. Just yesterday, that number wasn't even 50%.
Yeah, more than 300 firefighters are working to fight the fires. They're hoping to see some relief with today's rains and storms, but the weather may not be all good news.
WBTV's Ron Lee explains from Polk County.
Firefighters in Polk County may have finally caught a break battling 3 separate fires, consuming in a total of 7,000 acres. But the incoming rainstorm may actually be a double-edged sword. Nick Hoffman is with the North Carolina Forestry Service and has worked the Black Cove fire for nearly 2 weeks now. Even in all that time, he still finds it hard to look at all the damage that's been done.
It is heartbreaking.
We drove into the thick of the damage to see what the fires have done so far. Thousands of acres in 3 different fires simply gone. Many of the residents have returned home after the evacuation orders came down. Homes were lost, but others were spared by mere feet.
They've been pretty intense. Fire behavior last week especially was pretty intense with the high winds, lack of moisture, low humidity.
But with the rain moving into the area, you would think that this would be a welcome sight. A solid storm could put down a lot of the hot spots, sending everyone home early. But Hoffman says there's a catch.
The Black Cove and Fishhook fires were both down to power line starts.
Meaning those high winds brought down power lines, sparking major forest fires. But what if the winds return again, sending more lines to the ground this time around?
And we are prepared to catch any of those starts that may happen from winds or lightning or anything like that.
And it's not just the weather that may be working against them. Cleanup from Helene isn't anywhere close to being done, and much of the timber that blew down is literally adding fuel to the fire.
Almost exactly 6 months later, they get another traumatic event happening with the largest wildfires in Polk County in recent memory.
And the terrain wasn't working with crews fighting the flames. The fire got so hot and the hills so steep that at times only the river could stop it.
You kind of have to let it burn to the river and just get those containment lines on where you can.
Hoffman says despite the hard times the area has seen, residents are pulling together and pulling through.
Even in light of all the stuff been going on, they're still finding their moments of joy and kind of normalcy.
Right now there are no mandatory evacuations, but fire crews tell me if the time comes, you've got to be ready to go. They suggest packing a bug-out bag. And remember the 4 important P's: people, pets, paperwork, and prescriptions. Make sure you have all of those when it's time to go. In Polk County, I'm Ron Lee, WBTV, on your side.